Well, there's a story about a Chinaman that lived in Montgomery at the time the trolley was operating, and he had some interesting comments. What was the story on that?
Well, the tale is that this Chinaman came down, and he had never seen a streetcar before, and he looked in amazement as it went down Dexter Avenue, and he wrote to somebody. He said, "No pushy, no pulley, but it run like heli."
Hey. Mildred, you have had some memories of the trolley. What would you share with us?
Well, I was very young, and I don't remember a whole lot about the trolley, but we lived in the west end of town, and perhaps the reason I didn't go to town any more often was because I was frightened of going over the Bell Street trestle. Alongside the street, in the Bell Street Bridge over the railroad tracks, the streetcar ran over alongside the bridge on a trestle. And all you had to do to see down to the railroad was just look out the window, you know. And this bothered me. I closed my eyes, and I thought every time we would never get over the trestle, because I was frightened of going over that trestle. And that was the main thing I remembered about the streetcars.
I've had a number of people to tell me interesting stories about domestic, that experience.
Well, I can remember them doing that because they would, on the outskirts of town, they would have their gardens and raise turnip greens and maybe bring stuff like that in the basket and then go downtown and to different other sections of town and peddle these wares. And their streetcars were the only way they had of transporting it.